Peace. Just being out in the community and talking to people that I don't have an opportunity to meet every day, I've been getting a general consensus about people's attitudes towards politics, especially on a local level, the political process itself, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this who live in other communities around the world. People don't want nothing to do with politics for the most part. They don't want to be involved. A lot of people are frustrated, they're discouraged, they're apathetic about being involved, and people have a reason to feel that way. It's a legitimate reason for people to feel that way because oftentimes they have people who are in positions that are not serving their needs. They're serving their own personal needs. They may be serving the needs of their family, but as far as looking out for the best interests of the community as a whole, a lot of people aren't seeing that, so a lot of people just don't want to be involved in politics at all. Now, one thing I've been encouraging people to do is, first of all, politics just means the science of power or influence. So when we're talking about politics, as far as the science of power or influence, everything we do is political. Everybody does something that's influential in their life, and that also has an influence on other people. Now, we're talking about politics in a formal way, where you have an election and you put people in positions that represent the best needs of the community as a whole. That is the thing that a lot of people don't want to get involved in because they don't see people utilizing power and influence to benefit the whole. They see people using power and influence to benefit their own pockets. They see them putting legislation into place or making decisions over here or turning their head that way or not speaking on certain issues or doing a lot of things just to look out for their own family and their own pockets. But that's one of the reasons why a lot of people in the community encouraged me to run. Even some politicians came to me and told me, this is an election year. I've seen the things that you've been doing on a grassroots level here in the city. You are the best qualified person for that position, and I think I can do better. I think that our community can do better, and I think that we need to see better than a lot of the conditions that we've been seeing for the last few years. Now, when it comes to local politics and people not wanting to be involved or saying I don't even have nothing to do with politics, on a local level, that's where you have much more of an impact as far as what's going on in your community because you have a greater level of accountability, accessibility, and transparency. But in order to access accountability, accessibility, and transparency, you have to work collectively, which means you have to lobby and work together and advocate for one common cause in order to get things done in your community. The reason why I say it's important to get involved in local politics is because people who are your public officials that's representing your community live in your own community. These are people you see almost every day at the grocery store. They may go to the same house of worship as you. They may be married into your own family, so there's a higher level of accountability that you could establish and accessibility in comparison to just relying on politics on a regional or national level where you have people that represent you that you don't even see at all. You may not even see in your lifetime. And even if you did go to an event to have a view of them, you probably won't even still have access to these people. So local politics is the way to go if you're wanting to get involved in politics at all, because that way you have a little more control. It's easier to micromanage the things that's going on in your community, especially if you have a lobbying group like a block club, or you have a group of parents who are advocating for education in the community, or if you're doing things in regards to neighborhood safety and crime prevention. When you're speaking collectively, you're going to have a lot more impact on changing and transforming the conditions that's going on in your community. So those of you who I've come in contact with or that may be looking at this video who live in other communities, I encourage you to get involved in local politics, at least minimally. Find out who your local public officials are. Find out what their job descriptions are and what they're responsible for so that you can hold them accountable to the things and the needs that you have in your community. That is a way that you can transform a lot of these conditions. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with feeling dissatisfied and frustrated. Those are legitimate feelings, but to not be involved at all, to say that you don't even want to know anything about it, is not the appropriate solution to address that problem. The appropriate solution is to learn and become more informed about who these people are. The next election that's coming up, be more informed about what these people's qualifications are and why they say they want to represent you. Do a background check on them. Find out how they are going to represent your needs as a community, and that's how you vote. Be an informed voter. For those of you who want to have more insight in the campaign that we're doing right now for Niagara County Legislature, you can go to my Facebook page, Saladin Q Allah for Niagara County Legislature, and then like the page, share the page so that you can stay informed and connected about everything that we're doing. Also, if you're going to share and like the page, please use the hashtags Niagara Youth Party and Saladin 2013. For those of you who are on Twitter, if you want to follow my Twitter page, it's Saladin_2013. This was inspiring, it was empowering, it was educating for those of you who want to know a little bit more about the appropriate way to solve the problem of wanting to be involved in the local political scene. Because, like I said, the feelings of discouragement, frustration, and just apathy, it's understandable. But yet you have to find out what you can do to solve the problem. Not being involved allows these problems to continue by default. Peace.